Hi folks, we're going to be talking today with one of our very fine women veterans of the United States Marine Corps, and her name is Teri, and she has Piper, a brand new 2-week-old baby, and you'll see Matthias walking in and out of our interview today, and that's okay. Matthias can do that. You were in the United States Marine Corps. How long were you in the Marine Corps, and what was your job or MOS?
So I was in from 03 to 08. I served 5 years in the Marine Corps at Cherry Point, North Carolina, and my MOS was a 6312, so it was an aviation electrician on Harriers. So anything a wire touched, I got to fix.
Okay, and did you serve in a theater of operations or stateside, or where did you serve?
So I was stateside the whole time. Every 4 times a year, so we would go down to Yuma, Arizona, which was the bombing range. And I was stationed.
I've been there.
Have you? It's fun. They actually, for motivation, they brought us down to the bombing range so we could see the pilots drop the bombs and do simulations on the mountains. But I was part of the squadron that had the only 2-seater Harriers in the whole world, actually. We had Italian pilots come in, and that's where they did all their training, because we had the 2-seater. So stateside the whole time, but
You sound like you enjoyed yourself.
I did. Oh, I loved it. I wouldn't take it back for the whole world.
That's wonderful. I hear that. I hear that for many. There's. I'm pretty sure I dream or think about my military service once a week for sure, and it's something that just plain stays with you, doesn't it?
It does.
Sure.
That makes me laugh because we were just talking with my ex-husband. I told him that I had, because I had a low power qual, so I could start the aircraft. I had a nightmare that I was flying it around, and and that was just last week.
Oh, well, it's good that it stayed in the air.
Oh yeah.
So now you're a veteran. You're a woman veteran and a woman Marine, and you're back here. You're living in Chaska, and you want to talk a little bit about the experiences, or how your life is now that you're a veteran and a woman living in a fine community here in Carver County.
Well, I left the community for a little bit, and then I ended up coming back. So
very wise.
I know. I love it around here. I love the school districts. I have a son that's just started high school, and a daughter just started middle school. So I'm happy with the schools. The veteran community, I love it. That's where I actually first met you about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I was really active, not so much right now, but with the Chanhassen Legion, and then
a
little busy right now. And then with Legion, I was 3rd District Child and Youth for a few years too, for the district.
So you're like many veterans, you serve your country and your nation and work for our freedom, and you come back home and you still serve in your community. So that's a lot of veterans keep doing that. And I thank you for your service, not only to our nation, but also to our community.
Well, thank you.
And so now, let's talk about women. Let's talk about veterans benefits, and so you're a veteran. You're also a woman. So how's that all work? Is that working for you? Are you being able to take advantage of the VA? Are there local programs? I know you work with our county veteran service officer on occasion. So do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I do. And actually, the Dan Tegmal, he's the Chaska VSO. A few years ago, it was 2017, and I give him all the props for that, because I was actually, I am the Legion in the American magazine, and if it wasn't for him telling me all the benefits that vets can get, and then I would go to the Legion and tell them and try to spread it around. So I give him all the credit for that one.
Of course, that's county programs, and our county veteran service officer, if you need some help, we used to refer to those guys and girls as the first line of defense. So those are folks, if you're having problems with the VA, if you're having any problems and you need some resources, you need to be guided one way or another, start with your county veteran service office. You give him a call at that number. It could be the main number at the county, and they'll connect you, or it's certainly available on websites and the Carver County website. So And so Dan helps you out, and can you give examples of some things or that he helped you with? I mean,
Well-
I read that Legion article about you, and I thought that was wonderful, you know. And
Thank
the
you.
Legion article, or Legion, the magazine has been good about featuring women veterans of, I would say, the last decade or so, and we're glad they're doing that. So.
Yeah.
And so do you use the VA medical center?
I
or-
do. So I used to work at the Minneapolis one. When I got pregnant with him, I actually had to leave that job just because he was so high risk. But I get all my care in the State Cloud, and both of them I love. I don't want to turn this down to like the sad part, but this is where I actually re-met you and re-met Dan. Was a few years ago. I used to do a lot of work for the veterans, but I would spread the benefits out and spread the word about different benefits, but I never saw myself having to go back and ask for the help on the other side of it. And so
Very common that it happens that a veteran, gets involved in the advocacy part of it, and many times they ignore, their problems or get pushed
Yeah.
aside until they can no longer get pushed aside. So you're not unique in that, and but again, I appreciate what you also do for veterans, and you return back to them, and we do really appreciate that. So we're getting close to the end here. So do you have some recommendations for women veterans as they're returning, what they should do, what to make the transition a little bit better for them and their families?
first thing, definitely, I tell people all the time, go see your county VSO, because they will guide you and hold your hand, basically, which is what I've had to do recently. And to touch back with the benefits, thank you for, I had to do what was part of a domestic fleet, and so I never knew that there were so many benefits that just Chaska, you guys opened up. And so because it was a domestic fleet, as a women veteran, there isn't very many housings available for us unless you want to go 90% male. And so without going to Dan and the VSO and you, I wouldn't have known that Chaska actually has their own transitional, I want to say it is almost.
That's what it is, yes.
Yeah, when you need help. And so that's one of the benefits that I would have never realized unless I would have called and asked for help.
And I want to say that, it was not just the veterans communities and the veterans organizations, but folks, community organizations also stepped up to help you out, and we're glad to do that because you served us, and we want to make sure that you and your family are taken care of, and that we know that things are going to prosper for you soon.
It's going to make me cry.
Well,
I'm very thankful to everybody out there.
we got a lot of confidence in you. You wouldn't have had the job in the military that you had unless people had confidence in you and believed in you. So, well, then I really appreciate you talking to us today. It's so great to have your family with us and to be here at this wonderful
And they're quiet.
And they're quiet, yes. And to be here at the wonderful Veterans Park here in Chaska, and a very nice place for veterans to go and reflect. And I'm glad that this is here, and that the city of Chaska, saw fit to do this for veterans too. So it's very nice, and I see your children are enjoying it. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go play on the playground here in a little bit.
I think that's a great idea. All right, folks. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching today.
Thank you.